shop. Pretty cool. Pretty nice little sunset going on over there. Pretty nice. Getting ready to lift the car so that we can do some disassembly for the Truetrac. Should be fun. Should be exciting. And yeah, I'm back in a little bit. Now, here's the rear end that we're going to be working on my car. It's an 8.5 GM 10 bolt, is what they refer to it as. Let's get some light on the situation. And anyway, we are going to be replacing this whole entire unit with an Eaton Truetrac. Don't know if you can see it or not, but the pin sheared off, spun sideways, and seized a bunch of shit up. So we're going to pull the ring gear off, put it on the Truetrac, and reinstall it. One of the key things to remember when uninstalling something like this with the rear ends, you always want to remember to take these off and remember exactly which side they came off of, if there's any spacers in there, which races came from which side, if you happen to be reusing them, which we're not. And you just need to keep everything in order. If you keep everything in order and you keep everything on the same side, it'll go back together relatively simple. So hopefully here in a minute we'll get the camera set up a little better. And I'll show you how we start disassembling it. First thing you gotta do is you gotta take the wheels off and get the brakes off of it. So I'll go ahead and do that and get back to you. I don't like spiders at all. As you can see, pulled the axles out. The spider gear is actually falling out of this one because of what happened with it and having to heat it up and stuff. There's usually a form of clutches in there somewhere. Anyway, now as I said before, I cannot stress enough, take it out one side at a time and then take a gander at everything you have and set it up just as it came out, which is what we're about to do. Well, as you guys can see, we've got the carrier out of it. There's the pinion. Made sure to check. I had one spacer on this side and one spacer on this side. And as you can see, put them right where they were on each side that they were on. Even put the saddles in the exact direction that they were facing, with the bumps facing outward. Yours may have two spacers, yours may have no spacers. I even went as far as to put each axle on its own separate side. You know, some people might not want to do it, some people might want to do it. And there it is, all munched up inside. Luckily it seized up good enough that I was able to drive it to California like that. So anyway, hopefully tomorrow night or the night after you will see a Truetrac get installed, because I don't have any races yet. Try to make this video as quick and as sweet as possible. Here is my factory GM style posi with the clutches and springs. There is one of my spiders. It's not supposed to be like that, as most probably know. And this is a Truetrac. As I said, it's really hard to see, but just basically used a, like I said, a set of springs and clutches to engage the posi, and the way they lock them in place, they have this little thing right here. It's called a center pin. At least that's what I call it. Goes through, and it acts one as a way to line up your spiders in a non-posi application. It also is for a lock, to lock your axles in place. Now, on this, what happened, I actually had this shaft under hard load, go figure, spin sideways and break this bolt in two so that I couldn't get this out. And we had to basically heat it up and cut it out, and that's what kind of ruined it in the long run. All I was trying to do was change the grease seal. Now, this is a Truetrac by Eaton. The way this works, it has a bunch of heliac gears. Hope I said that correctly. Down in here you probably can't see them, but you can see them down here in this diagram. Now, as you can see on this diagram, it uses a set of gears to disengage and engage the posi type action. The best part of it is it uses this to go inside here. This goes down on top of it, and you put the snap ring in to lock it in place. Best thing. A lot stronger and a lot less prone to damage than a pin. Anyway, the new races for the new bearings will be here tomorrow. And yeah, get her put back together, get her put in, and see what she does. Alright, we got the carrier back in. As you can see, I put a little bit of grease up into the bearings and kind of stuffed them in there. And we checked it for a grab. It's got a good grab. I was able to use the factory shims, which is why you take them out in a clean area and, you know, put them on the side they go on. Got the cover cleaned all up. It's cleaned up. We're going to apply some silicone. The axles are already in. Yeah, so